Hi guys, this video is kind of long. I'm so sorry about that. The season premiere was 2 hours long, so this video is longer than normal. I try to keep my videos under 5 minutes to avoid boredom, but this video has too much important content to cut out, so enjoy.
Hey guys, welcome to my channel. It's Big Brother Brian Barrett here. So I'm doing another video because my last video was a smash hit. So we're gonna be doing this like every week, like a few times a week. Big Brother premiered Wednesday, which was like, and it's a Barrett family holiday. It was 2 hours long, and it was, you know, just like every other season premiere, boring. I don't like season premieres of Big Brother. They're very boring, they're long, they're confusing, and you're like, what? You don't really actually get into the game until like the next day. So we do have to talk about the season premiere. I'll try to make it interesting though. So let's quickly go through everyone in the cast. Bailey, she's funky, she's kind of feisty, I like her. Rachel, she's very flirtatious, a little too flirtatious for me. She reminds me a little bit too much of Rachel Riley from season 12 and 13. Not a fan of her. Seems very fake. Sam, she has a very thick southern accent. She's gonna need subtitles whenever she talks. But I like her. Haley, she's cute. Blonde, I think. Angela, she's very athletic. I can see her winning a lot of competitions. Yeah, I like her. Angie, I don't even know where to begin with her. She goes by Rockstar. She made up her own religion that has to do with witches, but she hasn't done anything for me to hate her, so. Kaylee, super chill. I like her. Caitlin, I don't really know. I can see her as a floater, though. A floater is someone who does nothing in the game and kind of just floats by week, because they're not really a threat. JC, he's a midget bodybuilder and dancer. He knows the game well, and he may or may not be a threat to the other house guests. We didn't really find out much about him in this first episode. Tyler, he knows the game very well. I think he's the surfer guy with the blonde hair. If there's something about him that I don't like, it's like whenever he talks to people, he looks like at you like he can see your brain. And he just makes me very uncomfortable. Faisal, he didn't really do anything. Scotty, he's kind of quirky, but I don't mind him. Steve, super smart. He's an ex-undercover cop. He's like the old house guest for this season. Every season they try to find some old guy to throw in there, or an old girl. Winston did nothing. I wrote down loading content because we still haven't found out anything about him. Brett, he's from Boston. He's a cybersecurity person, so he's super smart, but obviously he's not going to tell the other house guests that because that's, you know, threatening to his game. Same thing with an undercover cop. You don't want other house guests to know that because, you know, you're good at lying, you're good at analyzing stuff. That's not what you want other people to know about you. You want people to think, oh, I'm bad at this game. They're going to keep me around. If they find out that you're good at this game, they're going to kick you out of that house like there's no tomorrow. But Brett, I like him. Chris, he goes by Swaggy C. Oh, he's very cocky. Yikes, not a good thing to be in the house. I don't like him. So, you know, we introduced all the house guests, and then they entered in groups of 4. Remember that. That's important. What do they do when they go and they, like, you know, run around, they scream, they compliment each other, they're like, oh, I like your nose, and they're like, thanks, I like your neck. They find bedrooms, and they just explore the house and stuff, and they just scream. So remember that they went into the house in 4 groups of 4. That's important to remember. Once they're in there, they get champagne, and they introduce themselves to each other. Julie appears on the TV monitor. So in the living room, there's a TV monitor that Julie's face appears on whenever she communicates to the house guests. So she basically says, you know, okay, head outside to the backyard. The backyard is, it's where they play all the competitions. So once they get outside to the backyard, they split up into 2 groups of 8. It has to be 4 boys and 4 girls on one side and 4 boys and 4 girls on the other side. So now they're split up into 2 groups. We'll call it Group A and Group B. So Group A goes into this super dark pitch black room, and they have to find 7 folders in that room, but there's 8 of them. So one person's not going to find a folder. They're in the pitch black darkness. They can't see a thing. They have to just feel around the room until they find a folder. The person that doesn't find a folder will lose the competition and will be punished. The winner is the person who finds the folder that says escape and play. And we'll get to what the winner does in a second. So Angela wins this competition by finding the folder that says escape and play, and Kaylee loses the competition and she will be punished. Over in Group B, they are all suspended by like the harnesses or whatever, and they have to spell the word house guest vertically with blocks. They can't control when they move up and down. That's all controlled by them. So which means that when they're on the ground, they only have like a few seconds to gather some blocks until they get lifted back up into the air, and they have to stack them and spell the word house guest. The first person to spell the word house guest wins. The last person loses. In this case, Chris wins this competition and Sam loses this competition, and she will be punished. So now we have Kaylee and Sam who are now going to be punished because they lost their competitions. And Angela and Chris won their competitions. So they will now compete against each other in the final competition of the night. The winner of this final competition will have the power to keep 8 house guests safe from eviction for that week. And they can keep themselves safe as well. But as a result, they will be putting the other 8 house guests' game in jeopardy. So this competition is they have to stand on the platform, and it like moves around. It's kind of like surfing. And long story short, Chris wins the competition and Angela loses. Right after the competition, Chris promises to keep Angela safe. So remember that. So now over to Sam and Kaylee, who are now being punished. Their punishments are going to be social punishments, which will be punishments that will affect their game somehow, their social game. Kaylee has to wear a rainbow costume. It kind of looks like, you know, Joseph's coat. And she has a wheel on the front, like on her stomach. And every time the wheel spins, she can't control the wheel. Big Brother controls when the wheel spins. Every time the wheel spins, she has to stay in the room that she's in, and she cannot move, which is completely going to affect her social game in the house. Sam probably has the worst punishment in Big Brother history. Her punishment is she will now enter the house in the form of a robot. And no, it's not a costume. It's an actual robot. There's a camera on the robot and microphone, so she can see and hear everything that the robot can. And she can also control where the robot moves. Both of these punishments will end next Thursday at the first live eviction of the summer. So why is Chris cocky? Chris Swaggy C is the person who won his competition, the Group B competition. He was very cocky about it. He like talks to people like they're an idiot, like they're asking him questions about the competition, and he talks to them like they're idiots. So Bailey pulls him aside and says, you know, I really want to work with you, but you can't be so cocky. I mean, you have to tone it down a little bit. So there's a little bit of a spark of an alliance that just happened right there. So remember that. And also remember that Chris promised to keep Angela safe from eviction this week. So now it's time for Chris's grand decision. He must choose, instead of choosing 8 individual people to keep safe, he must choose 2 out of the groups of 4 that entered the house together. Obviously, he's going to choose his own group, so now it comes down to one of the other 3 groups. One group is Bailey's group. Bailey's the girl that sparked an alliance with him. Another group is Angela's group. That's the girl that he promised to keep her safe. So Chris, you should choose her group. And the other group is just another, you know, it's just the last group that remains. Chris decides that the best decision for his game is to choose the group that he has no connection to. The one group that doesn't have Bailey or Angela. What are you doing? The smartest decision would have been to choose Angela's group. You know, the girl he promised to keep safe. But no, I'm gonna not choose Angela or the girl I'm in an alliance with. No, I'm gonna choose this other group that I have no connection to. That's a smart decision, right? Yeah, anyways, the episode ends with Angela talking to other people in the storage room about what the hell he just did. He's an idiot. And so Chris, you know, walks on by the room and hears them chit-chatting and presses his ear up against the door and hears everything they're saying. This calls for drama. Anyways, this video is way too long. I'm so sorry. I try to keep them under 5 minutes. It's been like, I don't know, almost 10. Like and subscribe. Leave comments down below. Thanks you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.